Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. So we have learned about the query method in Angular animations. We have seen it, and we have also seen a simple examples like card, how to do these are different types of query method, different scenarios how we can do it. These are all the things we have seen it. Let's try to move to our course, and here in this course where we can use this query thing. Let's try to see. For example, here let's say that this is the add course is there, right? So whenever I am trying to enter, and if I delete here, if I remove the content here, I need to show a red color background, something like mentioning that form is invalid, or here this input element is invalid. So for this one, how we can do it is, so it's very simple. So I will try to do it very easily. So here let's go to our new course. Okay, so where is our new course? Yeah, here this is our new course. In this new course we have animations. So here I need to create a new animation. So course form state is equal to, so I am creating a new course form state. So for this one it is a trigger. So trigger of course form trigger, I will be using it like this, course form trigger, and this is something like an array. Now this is our course form state. So we need to add a transition here. So in this one I will be adding a transition. So here from start to start means whenever any change occurs, when any state changes from start to start, and I will apply the animations here. So for the first time what I will try to do is, so I will animate of 300. So I will do style background color. Oh sorry, so we should use the query, right? So we should use the query. So how can I use this query? Let's try to remove this one all. Okay, and I am removing this one also. So here I need to use the query. We need to import it. Here in the query I need to check the input value. Okay, input value. And how can I check that whether this input value is not valid? So for example, let's say that when you are trying to check this inspect element, if you try to see the inspect element, here you will be able to see ng invalid. Okay, so when I write this one, so automatically the class will be changed to ng valid. So these are all regarding the reactive course, reactive forms. So now if I try to remove something, so ng invalid will be applied. So that means any input element or any element which has a class of ng invalid. So then for those things I need to apply. So here, so which is having an ng invalid. So for those things I want to apply a style, that to animate of 300, style of background color, and it should be something like red. That's it. So this is the only thing which I want to apply. Let's see whether we can able to achieve this one or not. So for this one what we need to do, in the new course component.ts we need to add it here in the animations course form state, and in our HTML file what we need to do is we need to add a trigger. So for this trigger what I need to do here, @course form trigger is equal to, so here you can write course form dot valid. So you will be able to get this course form dot valid. When it is valid, so this what I can say is it will change valid invalid like this. What I can say status will change. So now let's go here, and if I go into this one, so now if I try to write something and if I remove here, so we are not able to see anything, right? So we are not able to see anything, and here in the console also you are not able to see anything. And I will try to write all the status, and here you will be able to see unable to process the animation. Why? Because all are valid, right? So none of the element is there for the invalid. So for this one what we can do is, here we know that the query has a third parameter, that is options. So optional, I can write it as an optional true. Okay, now let's see the output whether we can able to get it or not. Now here I will do all the thing, add course. So here I will write all the things. Okay, it's a valid. Now I will try to remove this one. See, we are able to get this. So that means I am able to get it. Now if I try to remove this one also, let's see what will happen. So nothing happens. So if I try to write it here, and if I remove something here, so we are able to get it. But now if I try to remove here, I am not able to get it. So why we are not able to get this animation is, when the form is got valid, when the form is invalid. So if at least one input element is not valid also, then also this state doesn't change. So for example, let's say that now here this form is invalid. Now here I will try to remove it. Still it is invalid. So the state has not changed. Now I will try to write something. Still it is invalid. The state has not changed. Now here it is valid. The state has changed, but there is no invalid input element. Now if I try to remove this one, now the valid to invalid has been changed. So the state has been changed. So that is the reason we are able to get this one. But here this should not happen like this. So whenever this state is changing, we need to get the focus. So whenever we are having an input, we need to get the animation. So for this reason, what we can do is, so this is not the correct option. So for this one, we need to use value. So you will be having all the values in the course form. So this value will change all the time, right? So we can use the value option to change the state automatically. Now let's see what will happen. So now here I will clicking on the add course. See, at the first time we are able to see an animation, right? So that is one bug. So let's try to remember. So here I am writing here automatically these two are focusing. Why? Because these two are invalid. Now if I try to write it, this one is invalid. So here if I try to write, so nothing is happening. If I remove this one, so this is firing fine. And if I remove this one, see, two are firing. If I am trying to write here, so this is getting triggered. So this one is also getting problem. So here what I need to do is, so I need to get only error of the focused elements. For example, if I am focused in this one, I have written something. If it is invalid, means only the focus element only, the focused input element only has to animate. For example, if I remove this one, so this is the only focused element, only that focused element should be fired. So here if I remove this one also, now these two elements are firing. This should not happen. Only the focused element, that is description element only, should be animated. So for this one, what we can do is, so here we can go to our animations.ts file. So ng-invalid is there, right? So here you can use the focus. So this is an CSS selector only. So don't think that this is an queries one. So it definitely defined to the query only, you will be thinking. So it is not defined to the query. So this is nothing but a query selector. Now let's go here, and if you try to observe the same thing, now first time we are not able to get the output. So as expected, we are not seeing any animation. Now if I try to remove this one, see, only this one is animated. Now if I try to remove this one, see, only this one is animated. So this is how we will be able to see. Now here if I try to add it, now if I try to remove, only this is animated. So this is how we can implement the animations using the query method in the form elements. Now what I will do is, I will commit this all the code in a new branch, that is nothing but video-48. So video-48. Now I will commit this all the code animating the form elements, right? So the animating the form elements, right? So I will commit this all the code. Let us commit, and I am publishing this branch also. And if whoever may be having a doubts and they maybe having to refer the code or anything means, so they can go to my GitHub repository URL. So the GitHub repository URL is provided in the description below of this video. Whatever the video you are trying to observe, so not Bitbucket, so sorry. So this is GitHub. So whichever the video you are trying to refer, you are maybe having doubts or anything means, so you can go to this particular branch, particular video branch, whichever video you are observing, and you can refer to my code. Hope you understood about this animating the form elements. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.